So you've been playing some really interesting games, it looks like, recently.
Yes, I just finally, after a month, I got dicked by UPS and Customs. The company actually had to send me a second one from Japan, and I finally got it after a month and a half of waiting, the Retro Free console. Cool thing about this thing is, it plays, like at this point I think they're up to 16 consoles all in one. You go from TurboGrafx 16, Super Graphics, the PC engine of course, Famicom, NES, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and the European and Japanese version, Sega Master System, SG-1000, and from what I've been seeing on YouTube, some people have learned how to put N64 emulators, and Sega Saturn, and Sega CD, and so forth on there. This thing is amazing. Yes, there's the Retro Freak, which had a lot of hiccups when it first came out. I don't know how it's going now. I only played one with a friend for a short time. He has it. I haven't played it since. This thing out of the box plays almost anything, and it's regularly being updated, which is really easy to update. Cool thing about this though is it comes with an SD card that you can, well, it doesn't come with it, you have to get it yourself. You put an SD card in the back and you can, once you stick the game in, download the ROM onto the system so you never have to put it back in. So if you got a game that has a lot of wear and tear and you don't want to break it, or you just want to put them all on there and not have to fuss with interchanging them, you can go for it. Oh, and I forgot to say, it also has Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color. So that is amazing. Like, all your games can be on there, ready to go. Also, another cool thing is it has 3 USB ports, so you can have 3 controllers hooked up at once and go at it with multiplayer. They also have an adapter you can get with the premium package or buy, which is a little expensive, around 60-70 bucks. I plan on getting it at some point to play all the original controllers. And as we know, there's no retro console out there right now that plays TurboGrafx or the PC engine, which, God, that was more people bought and played that in Japan and loved it than the Famicom or Super Famicom, which is the Nintendo's Japanese versions of what we had. Now, what I just found out, I'm not endorsing piracy, but you can put this little SD card on your computer, go to a little ROM site, just click download, and then pull the ROM and put it onto the SD card, and wham, you have the game. You can literally have like 50,000 games in the palm of your pocket for free. And as we know with collectors these days, the video game prices on some of the games we love are so outrageous that some of us can't buy them. Think about, like, Earthbound going for how many hundreds of dollars? No regular Joe can buy that game or wants to spend the money on that, no matter how much they loved it from their childhood. With this, you can, if you wanted to, like I said, I'm not endorsing piracy, just put the damn ROM on the SD card and play it to your heart's content. Also, like the Retro Freak, it has English patches. You can put all the English patches on there for all these Japanese games you never got to try, or, you know, versions of the game that are easier to get with extra stuff in it. Put these English patches on it. Also has a cheat mode, save states, and oh my god, it comes in HD. So all you people out there with HD TVs that have to go all through this mess of hooking up your consoles to HD TVs and it don't look right, and you don't want to pay money to get it to look right, it comes in with this one. Also, it comes with the option to have scan lines if you want to make it look old school, and with different options of filters to make it look like all these different consoles from back in the day. Not just a crisp, clear picture, but if you want to downgrade the look of it just to give it that old school feel, you can go for it. It comes with basically a Super Nintendo knockoff controller, which is adequate. I played some third-party knockoff controllers that are USB that just are shit. This is adequate. Not going to say it holds up to the original Super Nintendo controller, because it doesn't, but it does a damn good job out of box. It's adequate for me. I've been playing Castlevania on it, and I mean, there's no lag. I'm just right in that game and kicking ass. So that's a huge plus. Like, because the Retro Freak came with a wireless controller that, not Retro Freak, but the Retron 5 that kind of blew from what everybody says, and it just looks like it hurt your hands. I tried it, wasn't my thing.
Yeah, which, by the way, after this stream is over, you guys, or for the podcast, if you guys want to witness him actually playing, it's my understanding you're actually going to be streaming on the Retro Freak, and it's going to be Castlevania. So if you want to see what he's talking about, you can stay on here, and you'll be able to see exactly what he's speaking of about this. But I really think that this is, I think it's a neat concept. I mean, I like that it's the all-in-one thing. You know, I was talking about, like, exactly what we were talking about earlier. Like, come on, like, compact everything down. But it took a long time to get there. I mean, how long has it been since the first one of these came out? Like 25 years?
Yeah, 26? Longer than that.
Shit.
Yeah. So the cool thing is, like, nobody had one for TurboGrafx, and boom, this console that even nowadays, if you buy it with the CD hookup, that's still $350 fucking dollars. You can get this console for $170 base model with all these consoles in one.
Yeah, it looks like to get like the limited or whatever that has everything, it's like
Oh yeah.
$300 plus everything that it takes to get it over here from Japan. So we
Yeah.
won't talk about that mess.
Yeah, I had some issues, but I think I'm one of the only people because I was stupid enough to use UPS and not just go FedEx or DHL or UPS.
I hate UPS. Don't go with UPS ever.
I've never used them.
UPS and me, we don't get along. If you ever hear me complain about not receiving something gaming wise, it's probably because it was carried by UPS. But
Yeah,
that's just in my area. I don't want to offend anybody if they work for UPS.
Yeah, we love you. We're not blaming you. It's the company.
It's the company. It's not the people.
Oh, another really cool thing about this is if you want to take it to a friend's house, literally the real console is just the size of the palm of your hand. You can slide it right out. It's still a super small compact console. Like if you don't have a lot of room, this will take away the need of having all these consoles and even be small enough to just slide it away wherever you want. But then it's even smaller. Like say you got all the games you want on there. Just take off the cartridge port and it's literally smaller than the palm of your hand. You can fit that in your pocket with the cords, take it to your friend's house and have like 1,000 games at hand ready to rock. And I haven't had a hiccup on any of the games I've tried to play so far. It's run smoothly and perfectly from the get-go.
See, I would just use it all the time to play Pokemon.
Yeah, and you can literally have them all on there.
Yeah, I was like a huge Pokemon player when I was younger, and then when I got the first console that I had other than a Nintendo was actually a PlayStation 2, I think. Hold on, I don't know. I think it was a PlayStation 2. So there for a while we had a Nintendo 64. Yes, and then we both had, my brother and I both had Nintendo or Game Boy Advances. That's what it was. We both had a Game Boy Advance. And then I got a Nintendo DS. I don't think it was a 3DS. I think it was just the original DS that came out. Yep. And then we got a PS2. So when we got PS2, all of the Nintendo games, so all of my Pokemon games just kind of went by the wayside. And I never got to play Pokemon again.
Well, this would be the perfect way to do it.
Huh? Yeah. I understand. Yeah, definitely. And you would think that as an adult, like, because I have 4 Xbox consoles, I would just go out and fucking buy a Nintendo console. Yeah. But I guess I'm too damn stubborn or stupid. I don't know which one it is, but yeah. I would just probably waste all my money on Pokemon.
Well, see, and the cool thing about this, since you bring up the Game Boy and Pokemon, the Game Boy has filters and features where you can, like, say it's the original Game Boy. You know how that was green and black? You can make it look like that, or you can change it to black and white. Or you can add a little bit of color or a lot of color to these games that never even had it. Or you can actually put the the Super Game Boy border around it, like when you use the Super Game Boy adapter, which is pretty fucking cool. So, I mean, and you can just have them all at the palm of your hands. Like, I paid $170 with like $30 shipping, and it was worth it to me. In my book, it's like I've put so many games on there so far and just been having a blast. Even my girls love it. Like, I've been having them play Dracula Kid, which is after Castlevania came out, Japan has a thing where they like to make parody games or fun-coosy games for kids of the same type of hard Nintendo game. So it's really cute and fun and a little bit easier to play, and they've just been having a ball with it. It's like, and if it was just a regular Nintendo, I'd have to buy an adapter, make sure that the game worked in that adapter to the NES, and it's just like no hassle here, and then I can put on the English patch, which I did. Like, I own the physical copy, but now I can put the English patch on there, and my girls don't have to sweat trying to figure out Japanese or me trying to tell them.
Yeah, so that's always really nice.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good thing, though. I think it's a good thing that they don't, like, mass-produce this.
Yeah.
I like that they don't mass-produce this, because then, I mean, the people that really care about it are the only ones buying it. I know that it would kind of lower the price if they mass-produced it, but this is kind of one of those things that you only need to buy it if you are genuinely into that kind of thing, and you don't need to worry about, I mean, keeping it $200, only the real people that care about it are going to buy it. So, and
even then, it's the same price as like the Retron 5 that plays only half the consoles, and I don't even know if that plays the Japanese versions at that.
Yeah.
Which, whoa, I forgot. What was I about to say? Another cool thing about this is that It actually has save states just like the Retron 5, but they're easier to use. But even then, if you just stop your game and go on to another one, it stops right where the game stopped. So you can turn that console off, come back on, and play that right where you left it off at without even having to save. Now, if anybody remembers playing these games back in the day, you would hate it. You would get so far, your mom would say bedtime, you turn it off, and you'd have to do it all over again in the goddamn morning. Oh, and another good thing about this is, like, say you do have the physical copy, and let's just say it's a Zelda, where it actually does have save files in the game because of the battery watch. It will actually download the save files if you want it to. You can take your save files from that game, put it on there, and never have to plug it back in. And it'll take the save files from that and put it into that if you want to, which is a cool little feature.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're into any retro games or you just want to go back and play some, like for me, I have all these damn consoles, and now I can put them away, you know what I mean, and only pull them out like when there's a party or I really want to play on the old consoles. And I love playing on the old hardware, but like this really does compact everything and have it all ready to go when you want it. And like I said, people have figured out ways to put emulators for the N64 on it, and for Sega Saturn and Sega CD. Then all you have to do is take those ROMs offline, which is super easy to do. Put them on the SD card, and you're ready to rock.
Yeah, exactly. That does make it a lot more convenient. Especially now that you get to put all those other consoles away. Just make sure that you preserve them, because in a couple of years, EA will probably contact you to make back their profits from their shitty game that they released.
Well, actually, I'm going to put them up on my bookshelf now. I'm not going to have them all hooked up all the time, so when I do want to hook them up, I'll just take them off there, hook it up, and then put it back. So I'll have them there just for everybody to see. Most of them are my original consoles, except for my newest NES, which is the second version of it. My old one broke on me finally after like 20-something years.
Oh my god.
It finally gave out like a year ago, so I had to get the new NES. But other than that, they're all the original consoles. And yes, I even have PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and everything else and above.
Goodness.
I can't help it, man. I love these games. Like, I'm the type of person who goes back and plays it, and I like to have the physical media. That's just who I am, I guess. That's why I'm all giddy about Nintendo maybe having cartridges again. But yeah.
He's like, give me cartridges or give me death.
Damn, and I forgot to bring that up. Actually, with the cartridges, it would make it harder on piracy for Nintendo.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you're not putting a digital copy out there for everybody to make a secondary copy of. Now, I guess if they really wanted to do it, there is a way around it to where they could, wipe a cartridge. But who the hell's going to go through all that work for like $5? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually like discs are so easy to burn and get around the piracy, where you can put in fail safes in a cart that you can't do on a disc.
Exactly.